This is the ultimate in portable power. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. Just got this. It's BullBat, and it's a portable power station. Now, this is not your average run-of-the-mill, throw it in your backpack, throw it in your pocket power bank. This is a massive power bank, and I have been looking at these for years here because I really wanted something where I could take it on the road with me and have virtually unlimited power. Now, one of my buddies actually turned me on to this because he actually picked up something like this for tailgating. So I think this is really amazing because he was using it to power speakers and a small television and a radio and charging stations for phones. I was really impressed with it at that point, and I thought, why not pick up something like this for myself? Now, here is the instruction manual for BullBat. It comes with this. It looks like the quick start guide is printed on the outside of this little box here. And if I open this up, this is where we get the power cable for plugging this into your car, so you can absolutely get power on the road. We actually have another cable here which will plug into this inverter right here, which will plug into a wall. So what we get here is the single prong cord that will plug into the BullBat, and then this brick here, which kind of looks like what you would use for laptops. This cord will plug right into there, and then you've got two prongs that will plug into the outlet. Now, one of the things that's really amazing about this, despite its huge capacity of 500 watt hours, I believe, is that if you plug this sucker into an outlet, it can get 80% charge in 2 hours, which is actually amazing. What you can see here is that this thing is not a shrinking violet. Like I said, it's not too big, but it's got a little heft to it. It's about 12 pounds, so it's not something that you'll just carry around. But as you can see here, it's pretty easy to carry with one hand. It's about the size of a shoebox here. Really nice plastic, textured right here. It's plastic all the way around, and it feels very dense. My assumption in here is that the lithium ion battery that it has inside of here is kind of what produces all of the weight. Now, what I want to show you here is we have an integrated handle right up here. This orange and black is a very sharp color. I really like it. Flashlight on this side, and then on the reverse side we have that 12 volt plug right here. So if you have other accessories that would plug into the power outlet in your car, you will be able to charge those up too, and little rubber plugs that make sure that they stay waterproof. On the bottom here we have little rubber feet, so it should stay planted. And then on the front here is where we have all of the important stuff. So we have a little LCD panel right here. We have a power button right here. So if I just go ahead and hold down this power button, you can see it actually comes 75% charged, which is pretty amazing. Color display right there, looks great. And then we have the DC out. So if I hit that, you can see that we have the DC output reading right there, so it'll tell you how much power is going out there. Looks like it says 75% charged, 99 hours with the DC out on, and I can turn it off just like this. We also have USB ports here, 1 and 2. I think those will be 3.0 ports. We have USB-C ports right here with power delivery. We have the DC in and DC out right there. And one of the things that I love about this when it's plugged in is that it has pass-through power, so you can plug in your electronics here even while it is charging up. And then on this side, what we have here are two outlets. They are two-prong outlets. This one has a little recess here for the grounded plugs, but you have 50 hertz and 60 hertz. And these are 110 volt outlets. Now, you might be saying, well, aren't my normal household outlets of 120 volts? And I think they are, but I think most things will run through this. And I like the fact that it says 50 hertz, 60 hertz right there, so you know what you are on with this little display here. So we're gonna put this through the ringer and try out a bunch of stuff just to see what this can power. Now, the first thing that I'm gonna do here is just hit this button, and you can see that light goes on. Woo! It's pretty bright. So we have a flashlight with different levels right there, a low and a high, and then a flashing light right there, and then a strobe light, and then off. So you won't have to worry about being left in the dark. This thing will power things up, so you can always have one of these in the back of your car, which is really nice. Now let's try charging up some electronics. Alright, so the first question is, can we charge electronics with this? So I'm going to go ahead and plug in this Amazon Fire tablet here into the USB port. I'm actually going to hit the DC out button on, and so that is showing that that is on. And now I am going to go ahead and, oh, look at that. The tablet is powering up. Obviously, it is finding power. So that is obviously finding power, and what you can see here is that it's drawing a little bit of power from the BullBat here. So that is really cool. I can monitor that and see what it is drawing. And right here on the top of the tablet, you can see that the charge icon is on. So that is showing that that is working. All right, I have my Chromebook here. This is an HP Chromebook. It is not charging right now because it is fully charged, but I'm just gonna go ahead and plug into the side of that, and then into the other USB port down here. And you can see that the output has jumped up a little bit. And if we take a look at the Chromebook, shows charging on the indicator on the battery. So that's pretty cool. 2 full-size electronics getting charged up by the BullBat. And now I thought we would try something a little bit different here. So I'm going to turn the DC off. And you might be saying, I'm going out into the wild and I've got to blow out my hair. That's what I always think. So I've got this old Remington hair dryer here with a 2-prong outlet. So I'm just going to go ahead and plug it into this top one right up here. And I'm going to go ahead and hit 50 hertz. And now, oh my gosh, look at that. Totally works. I actually had it on. So if I turn it on here, look at that. Woo! That is going, baby. And look at the power draw on that. It's showing that it is running. And if I turn on a little higher heat here, oh man, look, it's jumping up on power. Now, I'm kind of keeping this on the medium blow setting and the low heat setting here. I'm just going to turn it off so that you can hear me, because if you overdraw it, basically it's got kind of like an internal software circuit breaker. It will shut things down. So I've noticed here when I go to the high setting, so I'm going to turn it to the hot mode and then high below, it's drawing too much power from it. But I noticed that on the lower medium heat and the low or medium fan speed that it was working fine off of this sucker. So that seems to work just fine. Now, let's try it on something a little bit more unique that you might take on a long-term camp out. All right, my next little test might be a little extreme, but this is a 50-inch Hisense X-Class TV. It's one of my favorites here. Uses a 2-prong outlet, so I don't have to use that grounded plug. But I'm just going to plug it in here because I'm really curious if you can actually power a full-size TV with this. Take that on the road, have a movie night in your campsite, those types of things. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it on 60 hertz here. I'm going to turn the DC off, and now I am going to see if I can power on this TV. So I've turned this to 50 hertz here, and look at that. It is powering the TV on. I didn't even hit the power button on the remote here. It just saw that it was plugged in and powers up. So I noticed that it didn't turn on when I hit the 60 hertz by default. It turned on when I hit the 50 hertz. So again, I don't really understand all these electrons moving around on wires. And so I don't really understand the science between what operates on which frequency level here. But what I do love is the idea here that I have a working TV. So I am on the home screen, and now let's see if I can go find some of my favorite videos and see if they'll actually play. Electric. Look at this. Dude, I'm connected to the internet, and the volume's pretty loud, so I'm going to turn it down here, but I am playing, streaming connected to my Wi-Fi here, a video on YouTube, 50-inch LED TV running solely off the BullBat here. So what's really interesting about this is that I could take a TV like this, put it outside, connect it to this, you know, be able to tailgate, watch TVs, watch movies, keep people entertained in your parking lot, in your driveway, but also take this camping. I could power up a full-size TV like this and watch movies, have full-on movie night. Now you might be saying, I don't have Wi-Fi out in the wilderness. Well, this TV will allow you to plug in USB drives with movies side-loaded on. So the cool thing about this is not only can I blow dry my hair on the low with low heat and low speed, but I can also charge up all my electronics, laptops, tablets, phones, but I can also run a TV. This thing is incredible, and I can just show you here what it's saying down here is it's saying 4.4 hours. So you might be wondering, well, just because you can power it on, Pete, doesn't mean you can watch something for a long time. Well, this to me says, even at 73%, I've got 4+ hours of runtime here. If I were to charge this all the way up, I could probably have 6 hours. So I could watch several movies. That's a long time to run this TV. So I really love the fact that it shows the power draw, but also gives you some calculations about how long the battery will last. So this thing is amazing. 12 pounds, it is running this little bad boy plugged in here. So if you've got any electronics that require less power than this TV, big laptops, cameras, video cameras, I mean, this thing will power it all. This is a perfect companion for having in the trunk of your car, perfect companion for having on your tailgates, camping, outdoor parties, all those types of things. So if having a little bit of freedom and a lot of power at the tips of your fingers is going to make your life a little better, I'll put a link to this in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.
We can discover more and explore so much deeper. We can live better than ever thanks to Peter. Peter Von Panda. Peter Von Panda.